everyone, I'm Amy with Ayurveda Yoga, and I made this video especially for working on shoulder mobility and a little bit spine mobility, and with that comes a little bit of core work and a little bit of hip and pelvis opening as well. So I hope you guys can experience that through this video. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the craziness that is my hair throughout the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Reach out through the comments or anyway, thanks for watching. See y'all soon. Okay, so we're gonna start just by sitting comfortably on the ground. And if half lotus is comfortable for you, you can bring one foot up onto your thigh. If full lotus is comfortable, you can bring your other foot up onto your thigh. If neither of those are comfortable, just bring your feet to the ground. However is comfortable for you. And maybe if it's difficult to straighten your lower back, sliding a cushion underneath your hips to kind of elevate yourself up makes it a little easier to straighten your lower back. And we'll start here. So wherever you are, again, just feeling your buttocks a little bit pressed towards the ground. And as you do that, maybe you can feel some lengthening up through your spine. Not too much back bending, sinking in your lower back here. Just keeping your spine straight as you lift straight up through the top of your head. And then just bringing your awareness to your shoulders for a moment. Maybe you can relax your shoulders a bit more away from your ears. And just watching your breathing here. So as you relax into the posture, maybe noticing your breath starting to get a little deeper into your stomach or lower abdomen here as you breathe in, expanding. And as you breathe out, feeling your stomach go in. And just breathing naturally here without trying to change your breath at all. Just as you inhale, feel your stomach rise, and exhale, stomach fall. And we'll just take a few more breaths here like this. And then from here, we'll interlock your hands in front of your heart and just reach your arms up over your head so your palms are facing towards the ceiling. And again, not back bending too much, just feel your sit bones press down, your palms reach up in the opposite direction. So you're lengthening your spine here, but also bringing your shoulders a little bit down away from your ears. So you're working on your shoulders here too. If the posture is comfortable, maybe feeling your elbows straighten a little bit more here. Maybe really feeling your shoulders. And even more feel your shoulders, maybe feel your arms come back a little bit behind your ears. So your upper arms just kind of moving back. And taking one more breath here. And then exhale, releasing. And then we'll interlock your hands behind your back. So if it's okay here, maybe bringing your palms to touch. If it's too intense in your shoulders, you can separate your palms. Maybe feeling the front of your chest here. So your shoulder blades are squeezing in. And we're opening the front of your chest, opening your shoulders here. And then exhale, release. And just bringing your hands back to your knees, and maybe you can just feel some relaxation that's already happened in your shoulders. And then from here, with your spine straight, we'll just drop your chin towards your chest. Rocking your head from side to side, maybe already feeling the back of your neck, the back sides of your neck as you move slowly. And then we're going to bring your right ear over your right shoulder here and stop. So you can kind of look forward and just let your head drop to the right. And then again, shoulders relaxing down, the rest of your spine straight. You can feel the left side of your neck here, and maybe a little bit deeper stretch. You can bring your right hand to your left ear here. And then maybe even reaching your left fingertips to the ground, out to the side, or maybe underneath your left hip here. And then with these little adjustments, maybe you can feel more in the left side of your neck. And then slowly we'll just look down towards the ground and move your hand a little bit back behind your ear. So we're still lengthening the side of your neck just a little bit more at the back side. And this can feel really refreshing in the back side of your neck. If you feel any pain, always release the posture. And take one more breath here. And then slowly releasing your hands back to your knees. And again, we'll drop your chin towards your chest and roll your left ear over your left shoulder here and stop. Again, both shoulders relaxing down evenly, making the rest of your spine straight, just your head tilting over to the left. And we'll grab onto your left hand to your right ear. And you can keep your right hand as it is, or again, adding a little bit more by releasing your fingertips to the side or underneath your hip, whichever variation feels comfortable on this side. And you can play with even bringing your right shoulder back. So if you kind of send your right shoulder back behind you, towards the wall behind you, you can feel a little bit the front of your shoulder here and the right side of your neck. And then we'll slowly look towards the ground, so moving your hand a little bit back behind your ear. And feeling the back side of your neck, feeling the front of your right shoulder. Taking one more breath here. And then we'll slowly release and just come back to center, maybe shaking out your shoulders a little bit. And then again, we'll drop your chin towards your chest, and then we'll make a few neck circles. So whichever direction feels comfortable, starting that way. And we'll just slowly drop your head back and coming around, and again, tucking your chin. So one more time that direction. If you hear any pops or cracks, it's totally normal. No problem. I like to think it's a good thing. And when your chin is tucked, we'll go the opposite way 2 times. If there's any area that feels painful, you can just pass over that spot. And if there's any area that's particularly refreshing, you're welcome to stay there for a few breaths before continuing on. Feeling your whole neck. And then coming back to center. And then we'll tuck your chin towards your chest, and this time interlock your hands behind your head. And then you can imagine your scapula going down your back side here, and as you do that, you can maybe start to feel your shoulders, the back of your neck here. And we'll keep that feeling, your scapula going down that direction. We'll just open your elbows to the sides and start to look forward. Yeah, so with your scapula, your shoulder blades going down, your elbows reaching away from each other as you open your chest. You can feel your shoulders a lot here maybe. You can always release a little bit if you need to. Taking one more inhale here. And then exhale again, we're going to drop your elbows towards the ground, rounding your back, looking towards your belly button. And then as you inhale again, we'll reach your elbows to the sides, open your chest, shoulder blades down. Maybe slightly looking up, taking one more breath in. And then exhale again, rounding your back. And we'll do that one more time. So inhale, looking up or forward if that's more comfortable. And reaching your elbows to the sides, just breathing here. Relaxing your hips down, feeling your buttocks on the ground, taking another breath in. And then exhale, rounding your back. And we'll come back to center. So just releasing your hands to your knees. And we'll lightly rock your torso from side to side. And from here, we'll just make a few hip circles. So just moving your torso lightly in a circle here. Starting to bring your awareness to your hips and pelvis. Maybe your lower back also you can feel here. And when you're ready, we'll go in the opposite direction. We want to open our shoulders. I mean, the whole body is connected, right? So working with your hips and pelvis, also good for working on opening your shoulders and relaxing your shoulders. And then we'll slowly come back to center. And we'll just slide both of your legs forward. And maybe pointing your toes and flexing your ankles a few times. Maybe starting to stretch out your hamstrings. Stretch out your ankles a bit. And then coming back to center. Maybe flexing your ankles and just folding forward here. And as you reach your arms forward towards your ankles or towards your feet, maybe you can feel opening in your upper back and shoulders here. As you relax your head down, maybe you can feel the back of your neck. Also lengthening your hamstrings, the backs of your legs here. You can make this posture as intense or relaxed as feels good for you today. So a more intense posture would include maybe pressing your heels forward, so your thighs are engaged, your legs a little bit squeezing in towards each other. And in your upper body, maybe as you inhale, reaching your chest forward towards your feet, making some lengthening in your spine. And then just folding down comfortably. And just holding the posture like that. More relaxed posture, just relaxing your legs, relaxing your arms. And upper body comfortably. Wherever you are, we'll just take a few more breaths here. And maybe as you breathe in, you can feel that space being made in between each of your vertebrae. And exhale, relaxing into the posture. Taking one more breath here. And then we'll slowly come up. And then from here, we'll move into cat-cow pose. Your hands underneath your shoulders with your palms spread wide. And you can bring your knees underneath your hips. So knees and feet are about hip distance apart. And I'll just do a little bit more to warm up the spine here. So as you inhale, you'll drop your belly and look up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we'll round your spine, look towards your belly button, and push your palms into the ground so you're opening your upper back. And then again, inhale, we'll look up. And exhale, we'll round your spine, pushing your palms into the ground, arching your back. And a few more times here. So inhale, looking up. Just feeling your belly drop, lifting your tailbone. And then exhale. Two more times. Inhale, looking up. Maybe even feel your shoulders come back as you reach your chest up. And then exhale, rounding your spine. Feel your tailbone all the way, tucking under. And last time, inhale. And exhale, rounding your spine. And then from here, we'll move into downward facing dog. So just curl your toes under, lifting your hips up. And as you press your palms into the ground, send your hips back away from your fingertips here. Your whole palm keeps pressing to protect your wrist. And then maybe you can feel the backs of your legs a lot already. So you don't need to straighten your knees, keeping your knees bent as much as you need. And a few times here, we'll just walk out your heels. Starting to make some lengthening, make some movement in the backs of your legs. And doing that a few more times here. And then just coming back to center, so keeping your knees bent and heels up as much as you need. So more than straightening your legs, but keep that lengthening, straight feeling in your spine. So focusing on that, and then maybe as you do that, you can start to feel your shoulders a lot if you're not already feeling your shoulders a lot in this posture. Taking a few more breaths here. If you can imagine your scapula opening away from each other. So we're opening your upper back, keeping the back of your neck long here. So here we'll take one more breath. And then we'll step your feet back and together and lower down into plank pose. So we're working on shoulder strength here. And not just shoulder strength, but also core strength, leg strength, all the strengths, arm strength, wrist strength, everything. Plank pose is good for waking up the whole body. So again, as you press your palms into the ground, your upper back is kind of reaching up, so you're not collapsing your upper back here. We'll take 4 more breaths here. Maybe feeling your heels reach back so your thighs are engaged. 2 more breaths here. You start shaking a little bit, no problem, just holding here. 1 more breath. And then we'll slowly bend your elbows and lower all the way to the ground. If you can, in one straight line. And then flipping the tops of your feet to the ground. So your feet are hip distance apart here. Bringing your forehead down, we're going to move into Cobra pose. So taking an exhale here. And as you inhale, just slowly lifting your chest up. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. Again, being really aware of your shoulders here. So shoulder blades coming down your back. Chest lifting up. 3. Keeping your legs strong here. 4. And 5. We'll slowly lower back down and press back into child's pose. So bringing your hips over your heels, forehead to the ground. You can keep your arms forward out in front of you as they are, or if it's difficult to feel your shoulders relax here, maybe moving your arms by your sides so the tops of your hands are resting on the ground next to you. Just choosing whichever feels more comfortable today, right now, in this moment. Taking 1 more breath here. And then we'll make our way back into downward facing dog. So palms down, curling your toes under, reaching your hips up and back. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. So again, making the lengthening in your spine. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. And imagine as you press each one of your fingertips down, your tailbone reaching up in the opposite direction. So you're almost sending your body weight back towards your feet. Yeah, and then you can play with pressing your heels towards the ground, sending the backs of your knees back. So again, you don't have to straighten your knees. But if it's okay, you can play with straightening your knees, but without collapsing your back. So without rounding your back, you can try straightening your knees. If it's uncomfortable on your back or shoulders, or the backs of your legs, just keep your knees bent here. And stay here for 1 more breath. Again, reaching your hips up and back. And then we'll lower down in a plank, so stepping your feet back a little bit, maybe bringing your feet together, lowering your shoulders over your wrists. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. 1, the hands pushing down. Again, you're not collapsing your upper back here. 2, 3, imagine your heels and the top of your head reaching the opposite direction of each other. So the back of your neck is long, thighs are engaged. 4 and 5, and just slowly bending your elbows, coming all the way to the ground. And we'll flip the tops of your feet down, forehead to the ground, taking an exhale. And as you inhale, we'll come up into Cobra pose. So again, keeping your legs strong. 1, 2, feeling your hips press towards the ground, then lengthen up through your spine. 4, and here also back of your neck long. 5, and we'll slowly lower back down, and then press back into child's pose. Again, hips over your heels, forehead down, and bringing your arms to wherever is comfortable. Just resting here. Again, maybe as you inhale, you can breathe in between each one of your vertebrae here, feeling your back kind of expanding. And as you exhale, softening. And we're just going to do that one more time in this video here, but you're always welcome to pause and do this sequence over and over again as many times as you'd like. So we'll come back into downward facing dog. And we'll hold for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lowering down into plank for 5 breaths. So shoulders over your wrists, heels back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then for a little extra challenge, we can lower down in 5 counts. So bending your elbows, 5, slowly lowering down, 4, keeping your body long, 3, 2, hovering off the ground, 1, and coming all the way down, tops of your feet down, exhale, we're coming up into cobra, inhale, lifting your chest up, 1, 2, and whole palm presses down, elbows in towards your body, 3, 4, should be a lengthening feeling in your spine. If you feel any lower back pain, always slightly release or totally release the posture if you need to. And 5, slowly lowering back down and pressing back into child's pose and just taking a rest here. And making sure you rest in child's pose as long as feels comfortable and your breath is settled and you're ready to keep going, we'll slowly come to standing up. Oh, work on grounding here in mountain pose. So if you're feeling comfortable today and your balance is okay, we'll bring your heels and toes together for mountain pose. Always you have the option, if balance is a little shaky or wobbly today, separating your feet about hip distance apart. And whichever option you're choosing, we're going to start by lifting your heels up, coming onto your tiptoes, and then pressing your heels down. And then we're going to lift your toes up, spread your toes wide, and then sending your big toes down, and then as much as you can, letting your other toes follow one by one. We'll get there one day maybe. For now, for me, it's just all 4 at the same time. But then feeling the whole bottoms of your feet planted firmly into the ground. And with special emphasis on your heels. So as you press your heels down, watch what happens. Watch what alignment comes up in the rest of your body here. So maybe as you press your heels down, your thighs start to engage. Buttocks slightly engage. Your lower belly slightly pulling in. And here also, when you press your heels, your spine kind of lifting up. So you're lengthening up through the top of your head. And as you do that, maybe you can feel your shoulders come back. And here also, maybe you can feel your shoulders in the front of your chest a lot. You can play with bringing your arms back slightly. Letting your shoulder blades relax. Relax down your spine. Well, you can feel relaxed. It'll also feel really intense here in your shoulders. And if this much is okay, adding a little bit more shoulder work by grabbing onto your elbows over your head. And keep pressing your heels into the ground. You'll maybe start to feel your stomach a lot here and shoulders a lot. So we're not resting our forearms on your head. Your your elbows are reaching up towards the ceiling. And as you do that, maybe your shoulders want to lift up towards your ears, but keep bringing your shoulder blades down your back. So your shoulder blades are going down, your elbows are reaching up. There's a little happy medium spot there, a little Goldilocks spot that's just right. Your elbows up and shoulders down, and then heels pressing down. So we're also not only working on your shoulders here, but feeling your core, your lower belly pull in. So your spine is long. 2, we'll stay here for 10. 3, if at any time it's too intense in your shoulders, you can always release back with your arms by your sides in mountain pose. 4, adding a little extra heat with this variation, grabbing your elbows. 5, 6, and just focusing on your breathing. A little bit of shaking in is no problem. 7, pain is a problem, so if you have pain, always release your hands. 8, 9, and 10. We'll release your arms back to your sides and just relaxing your shoulders. And if you're not there already, we'll separate your feet hip distance apart for this next one. We're just slowly gonna roll down. So we're gonna work with your vertebrae here, kind of loosen up your spine again. So drop your chin towards your chest. So we're starting by rounding the back of your neck. Then around your upper back. So yeah, letting your hands fall down towards the ground. Feeling your mid back starting to round as your hands come more towards the ground. And rounding your lower back as you start to bend your knees. And if it's okay, we'll bring your hands all the way to the ground. Maybe it's just your fingertips. Maybe it's the backs of your hands. Maybe it's just your palms. Maybe resting your torso on your thighs here. Letting your head be heavy. And then we'll start from your tailbone. So slowly tuck your tailbone under. Maybe starting to bring some awareness into your lower belly again. And then each vertebrae will imagine stacking one on top of the other. So starting with your tailbone, slowly stacking your lower back, mid back, upper back as you bring your shoulders back, and last the back of your neck as you look forward. We'll do that one more time. Taking an inhale here. And as you exhale, tucking your chin and slowly rolling down. If you can, in one exhale, going all the way to the ground. And just breathing comfortably at any time if you need. You can just let your head relax down. Maybe feeling your shoulders a little bit here. And taking an exhale. And one breath on your inhale. Slowly tucking your tailbone under. Straightening vertebrae by vertebrae as you come back up. Shoulders back, looking forward. Again, you're welcome to do that as many times as you need to. Kind of relax your spine. Work on spine flexibility there. It's okay, we're gonna do 2 more standing postures. So triangle pose. You'll separate your feet, maybe like 2 shoulder widths apart. And your heels are going to be in one line here. And your big toes start by pointing forward. And we're going to turn your right toes out to the side. So your heels are still in line, just your feet have moved perpendicular to each other. And we'll reach your arms out to the side here. So stretch all the way through your fingertips so you can feel the front of your chest, maybe your shoulder blades down. Taking an inhale here, using your legs, and exhale. We'll reach over to the right and stop here for a sec. And then we'll come back up and we'll do that one more time. This time going all the way into the posture. So inhale. Exhale, reaching over to the right. And then bringing your right hand wherever it meets your leg, reaching your left arm up. So just being cautious of your shoulders here, back of your neck. If your neck is comfortable, maybe you can look up past your left fingertips here. If you have any pain in your neck, always look forward or look down, or if you need to, releasing the posture. If this much is too intense in your shoulders, you can even bring your left hand to your waist and just practice wherever you are, bringing your left shoulder back, pressing your feet into the ground so you're using your thighs here, maybe opening the backs of your legs, also opening your hips, taking an exhale here, and as you inhale, using your stomach, we'll come back up. And then we'll close your right foot and turn your left foot out. And again, taking an inhale here. As you exhale, we'll reach over to the left, starting to feel the back of your left leg, maybe some popping and cracking. It's okay. Coming back to center. And again, taking an inhale here. Exhale, reaching over to the left, and then bringing your left hand down. Right arm reaching up. Kind of opening your chest as you imagine your hands reaching in the opposite direction of each other. And shoulders, you can imagine coming down away from your ears so the back of your neck is long, your whole spine long. 2, stomach engaged. 3, 4, okay, not putting too much weight in your left hand here, using your core to kind of hold your upper body up, using your legs, taking an exhale here, using your lower body, inhale coming up, and then exhale, release. So we'll close your left foot and bring your feet together. Just resting here for a breath or two before coming into Warrior 2. So here we're going to separate your feet a little bit wider, but same idea, heels are in one line. And then we're starting with the right side, we'll turn your right toes out, and then reach your arms out to the sides. So if it gets to be too much on your arms, you can always bring your hands back to your waist. And we're just going to bend into your right knee. So again, we're working on opening your shoulders, chest, and also pelvis here. And also working on grounding through the bottoms of your feet. And if here is okay, we'll look over your left fingertips or over your left shoulder and stopping. And you can always play with variations. So if that feels okay, you can bring your arms back out to the sides. 2, you can play with sitting a little bit more into the posture. 3, starting to feel your right thigh on fire. 4, and lowering your shoulder blades down your back, keeping your lower belly engaged here. And 5, we'll slowly come up and release your arms. We'll do the opposite side. So right toes pointing forward, left toes out. And again, if it's okay, we'll reach your arms to the sides, and then exhale, we'll bend into your left knee. Looking over your right fingertips. 1, breathing here. 2, again, there's a lot to feel in the posture, in every posture. So if you can, practice feeling the whole posture at one time. So feet pressed down, legs strong, left thigh on fire maybe, hips opening, lower belly pulling in, long spine, arms out to the sides and reaching up to the top of your head. A lot going on. One time feeling the whole posture, maybe sitting a bit more in your left knee, taking one more breath here. And then as you inhale, we'll come back up, releasing your arms, we'll close your left foot and stepping your feet together. And again, you can bring your heels and toes together or separating hip distance apart. Just do one more shoulder release here. So reaching your right arm up, so fingertips up towards the ceiling. And we'll just send your right fingertips back, so you're making a big circle with your hand. And then slowly coming down. We'll do that 2 more times on the right side. So as you inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, reaching back and down. One more time, inhale, reaching up. And exhale, reaching back and down. And then on the left side, inhale, reaching your left arm up and back. And as you exhale, coming down. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching your left fingertips up. Keep pressing your heels down. And as you exhale, lowering back and down. And one more time, left arm up and back, and relaxing down. Finishing here.